Welcome back. Hello. I hope you had a good night. I hope you're having a good day today. I did. I had a good night last night. I just woke up like 40 minutes ago. And I do have to go out in about an hour for something, which means that this will be a short stream, but it'll be interesting. Hey Felix, hey Ghosty, welcome to the stream. I'm still working on my stream app. Like I said last time, it's going to take a while, but also it doesn't have to be what I exclusively do on the stream. Short stream, yeah, so what it does mean is if you want to redeem a 10-minute sketch, you should, because it's a short stream and I'll just fill in a bit of the time with that. Yeah, but welcome. I just was checking over this, thought I would add some of the other properties in that I missed from last stream, like springy position lock, things like that. In that case, yeah, no, you should totally do that. But what I will do first is add property. What would I call it? I'll call it like a spring. Anything childed to this, the direct child of this object springs back to the location of this spring when moved. Yeah, I don't know how that's gonna work yet. There we go. Alright, I can do the idea that I wanted. I don't remember what the idea was. Is it a blue tongue skink? I think so. Children ill? Yeah, that's just design language. Current child relationship.
Felix underscore, though, underscore, small underscore, turned into a Gudra.
Hell yeah, Gudra TF, let's go. Alright. Let's move my drawing tablet. Open up Clip Studio. Oh wait, actually. Thank God. Okay. I was working on a not safe for work piece and I was scared that it was going to open it directly on my screen, which would have been insane. Alright. Let's go here. Do that. Alright. Let me do this 10-minute timer thing. I really should make some UI for that. Okay. I want to find new music for this. No. It's good. Okay, let's go. Oh shit. I gotta do one thing. Here we go. Play some funky lizard music. Let's go. I love playing funky lizard music. I don't know what that would be. Damn it. Alright, alright. Class is going. Looking good. Music gives Sonic vibes. I feel like it's giving Deltarune. Dude, I'm gonna end up doing the Jacko pose again. Ugh, sorry. Choose such a bizarre pose for this. Okay. Big lizard tails lend well to Jacko poses. Yeah. I don't know. It ends up being this way every time. Okay. Okay. I got 4 minutes left. You love the expression? Thank you. I love making desperate, scared expressions. On. There we go. Okay. One of your favorite genders. Desperate to get expressions in TF. I have no idea what their teeth look like, so I'm just gonna go for it. I got 2 minutes left. That should be more than enough. This should be more than enough. Come on! Minute! Ah, 15 seconds!
The king was angry and he came unwound. He called his men and soon the merchant found himself in a torture chamber underground. Tied and bound, he sighed and frowned. And so they tortured him for night and day. They made him scream.
Oh my god.
His hair turned gray. But as for the recipe, he would not say. They could not flay his pride away.
Ugh. Three. Okay, look, it's gonna be a bit over time, okay? It's gonna be a bit over time. No, I know time's up. Don't look at it. Don't look at it. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't look at it. Don't look at it. Don't look at it. Please. It's important that you don't look at it. Please. There. Okay. Okay. Oh, shit. Okay. Done. Oh, it's so not detailed. It's so bad. Oh. There is no timer in BA Sing C? What does that mean? That voice kills you? Thank you. There we go. This is beautiful. Me after getting hit by a spell that the witch was practicing in the local library. Doing software dev in CSP is impressive. Yeah, I know, right? Well, someone redeemed a 10-minute sketch, so I thought I'd honor that. And then I'll go back to software dev. Yeah. Let me send it to you, Ghosty. 1 second. There you are. Alright. I hope this is okay. I know I didn't put emphasis on funky lizard legs, but I did the art. Alright. Turn these off. More like undeveloped. My software sure got developed. Yeah, Lizard is good. It's great. My 10-minute lizard sketch is perfect. Let me just move my monitor back. There we go. You'd keep all your friends as pet lizards if you could. So would I. It would be the best. Love it. Okay. So now I can save this. Save as. Where are my stream sketches saved? Stream sketches. 27th of the 5th. Damn, I didn't know you had enough for 5 stream sketches, Ghosty. That's insane. Alright. There, that's that. So the Astro Boy one from last time. Still base. I can't believe I drew that one in 10 minutes. Apparently this pose hurt my brain a lot more. There we go.
Sakiel792 turned into a raccoon.
Welcome to the stream, Sakiel792, and Kyrio, and Orineko. Welcome. Okay. Now I can close this. Then we can look at my beautiful obsidian board. Does TF me cost points? No, it doesn't. It's free. You can do it as many times as you want. Okay.
Kyriobs turned into a turtle.
Yeah, turtle. You should do it. Turtle. I want to see you do a turtle, TF. I like their faces. Turtle. Yeah. Okay. Does Cooper count? Sure. Turtle. I was just looking through this to make sure that everything in my current wish list was actually in the Kanban board. I think it is. Folder, image. Those are the 2 things I gotta do first. First of all,
Kyriobs turned into a sandcastle.
I forgot that was even in there. Yeah, that's more like it. Someone's gonna... The tide's gonna come in and wash you away. I should do a TF like that. Okay. For those of you who weren't here last stream, what I'm doing is I'm working on a stream integration software that is built in Godot and will let me do more stuff than using Sammy and OBS will. Now, I know there are other like stream softwares out there that will probably let me do similar stuff, but this has kind of become my hyperfixation. It's working on one on my own and seeing like, you know, what I can do, how I can integrate Twitch and stuff. So what I need to do before anything else is I need to get this like combination of UI and stream objects working. So I think what I'm going to do first is I'm going to map out what the UI is going to look like. Kynic OC streaming software, do not steal. Yeah, exactly. And if it's if it's good enough, like if it ends up being really useful, then I feel like, I don't know, maybe I could sell it, but we'll see. This thing might take a while.
Zero Renico turned into a guinea pig.
Guinea pig. Very nice. Okay. So what I've done is over here, I wish I could change the focused window on my actual stream based on which window was actually showing. Give me one sec. Godot. You. Is that gonna work? Why isn't that even... That's not even showing up. That's so cool. I love it when that happens. Excuse me. No, don't do that. Capture Godot engine, please. Properties. Don't capture audio, but do capture cursor. Okay. But where is this? Oh man, I love it when this happens. This is so fun.
Kyriobs turned into a body pillow.
Oh, nice.
Zero Renico turned into a giraffe.
You're gonna get washed away now. Like, still. Shoot, yeah. Godot, come on. You can do this. You can do it. You'll stick your neck out? Fair enough. Well, that's cool. I don't know why that's not showing up. That's so epic. I love that. Thank you, Godot, for being really easy to capture, apparently. Can I maybe I'll remove this one. I'll remove this and then do a new window capture. How about that? Instead of a game capture, I'll do a window capture and I'll call it Godot. Select a window to capture. Godot. What the fuck? Why is it just blank? I don't understand. Capture method. Oh! Okay. I had to change the capture method to Windows 10. Apparently that was what was the issue. Wrong issue. Yeah, it is technically multiple windows. This is true. Get in there. Get in there. I'll move this into the stream window. There we go. Okay. And I'll move this down a bit. Alright. I have Godot. This is Godot 4.6.1 if you haven't seen it before. It is a interactive development software. You can program in it, and you can kind of make whatever you want as long as it fits within the workflow of Godot. And so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be making an application, not a video game. Yeah, it's an open source game engine. and I'm going to be making something that runs in its own window that I will be able to stream to OBS, like the bad actress. See, the problem with me is that I don't remember what I said 5 seconds ago, so when someone responds to it, I'm like, I actually don't know what you're responding to. When you say bad actress, I'm like, I actually have genuinely no idea what you're talking about, because my brain, it's coming out of my brain and going out of my mouth, and then it's not in my brain anymore. So if I say something really dumb, then I won't, I won't remember. What I like to do first when I enter a Godot project, I mean, apart from setting it up on GitHub, which I actually haven't done yet with this, I'll do that off the stream because that's a bunch of like private key stuff. But what I will do is I like to create my folder hierarchy. And so, oh, Gal Gadot, the lady that played Wonder Woman, who sucks at acting apparently. I don't know, I thought she was fine. I think she just got bad scripts, TBH. Okay. What I like to do first is I'm going to create a new folder. And I'm going to create my folder structure because if I don't do this as my first thing when I'm in the engine, then I'm going to make it messy and that's going to fuck everything up. The reason why I do my entire design document here is to keep things from getting messy. That is like 90% of all of the surrounding work that you do on software development is keeping it from getting messy, which is why I had these messy little notes here, and then I turned it into 3 different design documents that actually explain exactly how stuff is supposed to work. And then to keep my tasks from getting messy, I made them all into the little, what these things, task nodes or whatever they're called. Tickets. Jesus, they're called tickets. Fucking hell. So I did that. So now that I've opened Godot, I'm going to create a new folder. So the way that I want the way that I usually have folders set up in a game is that I have my art folder. Like, these are the 2 main folders on like the top level. I have my art folder and I have my what would I call it? My I think it's called features. I usually call it some variation of features. And then I have a folder called third party. In Godot, it's called add-ons, the third party folder. So I'm going to leave that name as add-ons. It frustrates me that it's lowercase because I hate making folders lowercase. I don't know, that bothers me. What I'm going to do right now is, because this is an application, not a game, but it's pretty much the same kind of functionality that I would want for a game, I'm going to have my fear folder. Yeah, I'm going to have my art folder, but it's probably going to be called something like, oh, I don't know. This is basically, so in a video game, I would store all the 3D models and all of the icons and all of the sprites and stuff all in folders relevant to the levels that they appear in. But because this is it only has 1 level, technically, quote unquote, 1 level, it's going to all be in the same scene. So I could call it art and I could split it up by levels. I will probably call it, I'll probably still call it art, but then I will separate it, instead of by levels, I'm probably going to separate it by like icons, and then a new folder, probably, what else do we have? We have icons, we have logos, it's probably a good one. We have one probably called, I'm not making a folder full of lizard feet, that's not what it's going to be. That's not what it's going to be. You can't wait for Kinex streaming software to win Game of the Year. I know, it's going to be amazing. We're probably also going to make a folder. So icons and logos is pretty good. If I think of something else, I'm gonna make one called probably gonna make one called debug because I make a lot of debug textures. Well, oopsie, fuck me. I just spilled my fucking coffee. One sec. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to make one called I literally just materials. Materials is important because materials are going to be like material shaders are how a lot of the effects are going to be made. For a lot of the stuff that's in the actual application, it's going to be a 2D object on top, or like a 2D texture that's mapped onto a 3D model. And it's all going to be unlit. And it's all going to be managed through materials. So I've got my art folder. I'm also going to make a folder inside of the base res folder. I don't actually know what that's called. Does it mean resources, I guess? And I'm still gonna I'm gonna call it features. And then we're going to have a feature called stream object. That's going to be like the most basic feature of them all because that's what all of the stream is based on. I might. No, I'm trying to think whether I should put UI in the top folder or not. Probably, because UI is technically a feature. I don't know. We'll see. What else is on my little board here? Twitch integration. Okay, yeah. So I'm also going to make one called. I'm going to make a new folder, and I'm going to call it libraries. And I'm actually going to not put that in features. I'm going to put that in the base folder. And libraries is a newer one that I guess you have to TF someone into your new coffee. Didn't know you were a material girl. I said coffee, I meant my tea. I don't know why I said coffee. I'm going to make libraries, and it's going to have my script libraries in it. It's going to have a bunch of scripts, like tons and tons of scripts in it. Possibly inside of other folders, we'll see. Yeah, so I have my stream objects. What I'm going to do is I'm also going to, inside of the will I have this in the top folder? Let me think for a second. No, I won't. I'm going to make a new folder, and I'm going to call it scenes. Now, I can't remember. I'm pretty sure everything is called a scene, which means that's going to be really confusing. So what I'm going to do instead, I've just realized. Sorry, it's been like 5 or 6 months since I worked in Godot. Hey, bruh, welcome to the stream. I'm currently in Godot setting up my file structure. I know, it's really riveting content. I don't know if you can see it properly. I currently have a little bit of a file structure set up. I've already got the Twitch add-on. I put it in here earlier. Features, stream objects. I guess another feature in this would be the main scene. Which will... I don't know if I'm going to keep that name. But the main scene will be made up of 2 different scenes. It will be made up of a 2D scene, which will be the global UI, and then it'll be made up of a 3D scene, which will be the, I guess I'll call it like object, I don't know, like object world or stream world or something. I don't know. I'm gonna switch this from calling it main scene to just calling it... I don't like that things are called scenes in this. I might just call it main level, just to like tell myself that it is the main level, and then I'm going to create 2 folders inside of it. One of them's going to be oh, I don't know, probably like UI underscore world. maybe, or like UI underscore main. Should I call it main? I don't like just calling things main. I want it to be a little bit more descriptive than that. It should be like UI underscore... Oh, I don't know. Ace? Maybe that's a good idea. Nah, I'm gonna call it... I don't like it. I'm just gonna call it level UI. And then I'm also going to create a folder called world scene, or like level scene or something. Core. Oh, I don't mind that. Yeah. Core. You know what I'm gonna do is I'm going to... No, I think that's good. Art features libraries. I'm actually going to put these art features and libraries into another folder called core, because there's a possibility that I might... there we go. Yeah, I think that's a better idea. I'm always open to changing how the file structure works based on what kind of project I'm working on, and I think it's a good thing to distinguish add-ons and core, just because I think I'm going to have a lot more top-level folders than I usually do for like a game. I don't know, we'll see. Level scene, level UI. I think these are fine. I don't like scene. Gotta be like... Oh, maybe level scene is fine. I think I'm thinking about it too much. We have stream object. Okay. Core, art, debug, icons, logos, materials. That's good. Then we have... These folders are going to get other folders inside of them. These are like the base folders. We have main level with scene and UI. So scene is the 3D scene, UI is the top level UI. Stream object, which is our the base object that everything's going to be based on inside of the level scene, but I want to keep it inside of features. And then I will also probably want to have a new folder inside of features called like this one. I want to call something like base UI, or like base UI element. Yeah, base user interface. What did I call it? I think I just called it the base UI element. I called it base user interface object class. Okay. So I called it the base user interface object. So what I'm probably going to call it is base UI object, which is fine. And I'm also going to rename level UI to have a lowercase I, because I do this thing when I type 2-letter words where I make both of the letters capital. And I know this is a really nitpicky thing, but at work, specifically when I was working in a production environment, when I would do that, it would mess up a lot of like camel case. Like one of my coworkers got really upset because there would be a mix of camel case and uppercase, like UI just fully being uppercase, and he would be like, that is not how you do it on a production level. So I keep telling myself I've got to make UI, or stuff like UI, stuff like ID, one capital and one lowercase. Even though this is just a single person project at the moment, I think that it is important to keep things as tidy as possible. Because, and I know I'm yapping a lot about this, UI feels weird because it's an acronym, I know, and so is ID, but because it's just the word UI, like because we treat it as a single word in camel case, the reason why we treat it as a single word in camel case is if we put something after the word UI, like object, then the U and the I and the O will all be treated as like 3 separate words, instead of UI being one word and object being the next word. I don't know, it's just, I don't remember how exactly he explained it, but I just I'm gonna do the thing. Yeah, I don't know. That's why you can't work in tech. I mean, it's the same weird eccentricities that any like design job would have, or engineering job. Then the reason why a lot of these things are the way they are is so that everybody can. The reason why some of the rules are so strict is because we want 10, 100, 1,000 people to work on the same project and all be on the same page, and not name things inconsistently, and make sure to keep everything tidy. Like, it's all about keeping things tidy and keeping things efficient. That's what all of this is about. Because if I just started throwing things into a folder, it's going to get, at some point it's going to get to the point where, like, I've got 1,000 things in a single folder and I have no idea where anything is. Like, imagine I invited somebody else onto this project and I was like, hey, can you start working on like a mouse, or like a cursor effect? Like I don't know, I want you to add like glitter particles to the cursor when it moves around. If they go in and they look in the one folder and there's a bunch of things named inconsistently, and there's a bunch of like scripts and materials and models and like fucking sprites all in the same folder, this new person is going to take a lot longer to get accustomed to the project than if I was to keep everything organized. You just feel like you would have a hard time. You wouldn't have a hard time doing it, or you would? Because for my kind of autism, where I like keeping things clean and tidy, it actually makes me feel good to do stuff like set up a folder structure, and to like make sure all of my classes are properly private and public. And sorry, pardon me. I really try to lean away from the fucking microphone when I burp, so I really hope that didn't get picked up. And that's why I make my Kanban board, etc., etc. Would, yeah, no, I understand that. And it's not for everybody either. Software development, oh, what burp? Hell yeah. Don't worry about it then. I got into software development. I went into the game design degree with about 50, 60 people in my university. I think there were about 60 people when we started. And by literally 1 year into the degree, it was down to 30 people. Like, so many people dropped out. We even had our what's he called, like the head of department or something. I know he has a specific name, but I can't remember right now. In our class would be like, okay, when you've all entered this game design degree, like we went in on the open day, and there were like 60 people all piled into the one room. It was like a lecture hall. And he was like, okay, there are 60 people right now. John's software developer, yeah. There are 60 people in this university right now, in this room. Only about 4 or 5 of you in this entire room are going to end up getting jobs in game development. And probably only about 10 to 15 of you are actually going to stay and do software development. And everyone like mumbled to each other like, really? Like, what the fuck? Turns out he was completely right. By the first year, we were down to 30. By the second year, we were down to like 20. And it kind of stayed at around 20. I think it went down to about 15 or 16 by the end of the third year. And because we had to do pitches and work on our games and stuff, we only literally ended up having like 4 or 5 people who were the directors of the games. I thankfully was one of them. I fucking worked my ass off to be one of them. And yeah, and then about 15 people graduated from this 60-person course. And then I've been talking to, I've kept up with people from the course, and literally there's like 4 people, I'm one of them, who ended up getting actual software development jobs after uni ended. Yeah, there was me, and I just quit my job, by the way. I'm still doing software development because I love it. But there was me, there was somebody who ended up in a video game studio, there was somebody who ended up working for Epic Games, like on their engine, and then there was somebody who ended up moving to like fucking...
Miss Squawky turned into a wallaby.
Oh, hey, Quakey. Yeah, somebody ended up moving to like... like China or something, or like I don't remember where actually, but like moving to a different country to like pursue their software career. Welcome to the stream. I'm yapping about software development, why it's important to keep things clean in your development workflow. It makes class reunions easier. I don't think there's ever going to be one of those. I'm going to sippy real quick. Also, I'm glad the TF yourself redeem is still working. I don't know how it turned back on. I guess I turned it back on at some point. I was yapping about, I went into a whole tangent about the reasons why we do certain things in software development, such as make a folder structure and keep things clean. I remember when I started my job, at my last job, the first thing we did before anything else was we wrote down what our folder structure was going to be and what the rules for naming our files were going to be as well. You have to learn AI or get behind. No, you don't. You don't have to learn AI. You really don't. I have continued to do software development without the help of AI literally at all. It's okay. Fuck AI, exactly. You do not need to learn it. The people telling you need to learn it are the pundits who are either... there's either the fucking shills who get swept up in the marketing that the pundits are doing, or there's the pundits who are the like people that would theoretically benefit from it because they have some sort of investment in it. There is no reason to feel there's no reason to get into it. You don't need to. It is absolutely not worth it, and you will be worse off, like you will learn less and be worse off mentally if you use AI. You might be quicker, but you will end up creating stuff that you don't even understand yourself, which is really, really bad. So just, it doesn't matter. Don't think about it. Just learn software development and have fun with it and ignore all the AI stuff. I know it's really hard to do. Part of the reason I quit my job and didn't change to a new job I'm doing this instead is because I literally couldn't find a single software development job that wasn't building an AI system to replace myself. So I decided I'm not going to be a part of that. I'm not going to play that game. I'm going to come here. I'm going to make art for people instead. Yes, I understand that all the opportunities require you to work with and build AI. I completely do. But I still really implore you to learn some software development and ignore the AI shit. I really, really do. Because I have a feeling that it might be a couple of years from now, but this AI wave will have died down and people will be requiring actual software developers again. AI is severely diminishing returns. It is severely diminishing returns. We are at the point now where to get another 1% efficiency, we need 100 data centers. It's not gonna happen. AI has probably reached around its limit. I've lost viewers from talking about AI. Sorry. But it's not the future. It's already coming out that running AI is so much more expensive and far less productive. Exactly. At my previous company, for example, they've replaced a couple of the artists with an AI that makes 3D models, and it's so inefficient that an artist could have made one of my old bosses got an AI to make a 3D model and it didn't work with any of our existing systems, which means an artist had to go in and fix the 3D model, and that took an extra day and a half. It could have just all been done at once. My school is a job search website. We're automatically enrolled in when we enroll, and every week my school email gets an email about an AI job listing that's perfect for me. Oh my god, yeah. It's even worse than a Ponzi scheme. It's just a fucking scam. It's just a scam. It's not a scheme. It just doesn't matter. It's a fucking scam. I'm about to make this streaming software, right? Part of the reason I'm making it is because stuff like Sammy Core, which is what I'm currently using to run the stream, has turned to being vibe coded by some, like, they're just using AI for it. And like the fact that they're supporting it, I can't support that. I would rather go and make my own software. And I know not everyone has the ability to do that, but I think it's important to cut ties with as many of those places as you can. I'm no longer using any sort of Microsoft like Office thing at all. I'm using LibreOffice, which I think is like, and I'm not using Google Drive or Google Docs or anything either. I'm using LibreOffice and I'm using Proton Drive, which are two like non-AI places to write and store my documentation for everything. I'm only using Windows because it's compatible with everything that I need to work on. I'm using Apple Music because they're the only, like, Spotify is supporting AI. I'm not using that anymore. I'm using LibreWolf as my browser. I'm not using Google. I'm using DuckDuckGo at the moment, but it has an AI mode and I really want to move to something else. I have been looking around. There is like a paid browser that you can use. I can't remember the name of it, but that doesn't have any AI. I'm doing the best I can to avoid it all. So, and it's still working for me. And I think the more people that do that, the faster this AI stuff will die down. Because I think it's inevitable that it's not going to work. It's never made them any, like, by them I mean like, hey. By them I mean like the pundits, like the whoever's, you know, I could throw 1,000 names out there, but like, you know who I'm talking about. A bunch of people who are pushing AI in the world. People like that have never made a profit from it. They're never going to make a profit from it. It's too expensive and too inefficient. It doesn't make any sense. The only way they can make a profit off of it is if the entire world becomes completely reliant on it to the point where they use it for literally everything and have to pay exorbitant fees to do so. I'm not going to even enter that world, and so I will avoid the entire system. That's what I'm trying to do. I've even gone through my install of Windows 11 and I've like gone to the registry and uninstalled as much of the AI shit as I possibly can. Anyway, that's why you want to be a creative writer. So you can bring some actually human-made creativity to writing while all this happens. I think that's really important, and I think you should definitely keep doing that. Everyone should keep pursuing their own artistic goals. I know I've been guilty of feeling really depressed about AI, but I'm trying my best to at least publicly be a proponent of like creative agency. Same? Yeah. Man, I was yapping for a while there. What I'm gonna stupid investors made a stupid investment, now they're trying to make it the world's problem. Yeah, exactly. And it's, even if it became profitable, I would still never use it. I just, of all of the logic that people can throw at it, morally, it does not feel right for me as a lizard or a human, you know what I mean. For me as a living, conscious being, to use a generative algorithm to make stuff for me. I don't know. I was also going to say, I heard this really great quote. I read a great quote on Blue Sky, and I don't remember who said it. Like, I'm sad that I can't attribute it, but it was like, creativity, like making stuff yourself and being creative is like you are building a future out of your own mind. And using Gen AI is reconstituting the past and selling it as the future. And I really like that. Okay. I can only be around for a little bit longer because I have a thing that I got to go to. Lizards against AI? Fuck yeah. No, that's great. For every software and like creative thing, for every piece of software that I release from now on, it's going to have like some kind of this was made without the use of AI sticker on it. Possibly in the launch screen or something. I don't know. Let's do one thing. Let's make the level scene. Let's place in, I'm gonna place in the level UI. I'm gonna make a new 2D scene, no 2D, and I'm gonna call it level. I'm gonna call it UI underscore level, and I'm going to save it. Save branches scene. Oh, interesting. I didn't know I couldn't save this. Wait, what? Let's see. Can't save the root node branches in instantiated scene. To create an editable copy of the current scene, duplicate it using the file system doc context menu, or create an inherited scene using scene new inherited scene. Oh, interesting. Okay, this might make things a little bit different. Let's create a let's think about this for a second. I want the main thing to be in a 2D scene. Do I want the main thing to be in a 2D scene? No, I probably want it to be in a 3D scene with some 2D UI overlay, but I want to be able to, no, I want it to be in a 2D scene. I'm going to take this scene and I'm just going to call it main, because that's probably where everything's going to sit. Oh, now I can fucking save. Oh, of course I fucking can. UI underscore level. This is where everything is going to be stored, and I'm going to save scene as, and I'm going to go, okay, you can't see this folder, but there is a folder, there's a window that's popped up. I'm going to go into features, main level, level UI, and I'm going to save this as UI underscore level. Save. Okay, so now we've got our scene. This is our main everything scene where everything is going to be inside of. Stretch. Had no clue you can make software in Godot. I thought it was only game dev. I mean, I'll explain. I'm going to stretch for 1 second, then I'll expand on that. Even though it's called a game engine, and this is the same for Unity, it's the same for Unreal Engine. Even though they're called game engines, you can do whatever you want inside of them. You can use their existing systems to create a game, or you can use the just insane amount of customization that they give you to make something like a calendar app, or a writing, like a Word document app. Like, games will save and load data and will change the data around. That's what every application does. It saves, loads, and changes information. That's it. So if you want, like in a game, it'll have like, you could, you know, I don't know if you've played Voices of the Void, but for example, in that game, it will let you take a 3D model off of your, or an image or a video out of your actual file system of your computer, and it'll put it in the game. That's the same thing you can do. That's the same thing a normal app does. You can even make 3D modeling software in Godot. You could make anything you wanted. As long as you know how the code structure works, as long as Godot has the libraries to support what you want to do. Even if it doesn't, you can probably write your own, because especially Godot, it's open source. You can probably just extend its functionality however you want. You can do whatever you want. And that's why I'm choosing it. I could have made Unity my choice, which probably would have made it more efficient, because I know Unity a lot better than Godot. I even know Unreal Engine a lot better than Godot. I keep choosing Godot because of that same moral reason. Like, Unity and Unreal Engine, the companies behind those support some really whack shit, and Godot is open source, and I want to make my own app in an environment that feels like it's my own. And Godot feels like I own it more than Unity and Unreal Engine, even though I know those ones better. UI level. Okay. Then I'm also going to make this is going to be interesting. I think before I make a 3D scene, I'm going to mock up what I want with... Actually, I might even mock it up with, like, Excalibur or something. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a screenshot of this. Then I'm going to put it into I'm gonna put it into Obsidian, and I'm going to make a new how do I make a new Excalibur again? There we go. Okay, this one's going to be called UI Mockup. I know you're not seeing it yet. I will show you in a second. UI Design Mockup. Okay. I don't need that open anymore. Actually, I probably will have that open. Okay. So I can take, real quick, I can open up this. I'm going to actually rename it to City. There we go. Then I can paste this in. There we go. And now I can take what is inside of my UI design document and actually put it into this Godot. Now I know that we've only literally spent like 5 seconds in Godot, but this is just the order that I like to do things. I'll set up my folder structure and now I will start whiteboxing my actual UI. Now I can only go for another 5-ish minutes because I've been yapping the whole time. I hope it's been interesting. I really enjoy talking about this stuff. I'm actually going to close Godot because we don't need that anymore right now. It is saved. So what we can do is we have our UI. Sippy, oh my god. So many sippies. I do have to finish my tea before I go, so I'm just going to drink the rest of it. There we go. No one redeem any more sippies. That's it. If you do, I'm going to have to go get water or something. This is called Excalibur. I was introduced to it by... No! What have you done? Fuck, I'll be right back. You exploded me! Can't believe you do this to me. I got my water, I had a sippy. This is called Excalibur. It's a it's a UI, it's an anything mockup program really. There are programs like Canva and stuff where you can mock up actual functionality with your UI, but I don't like doing that. I like using this 5 minutes of Godot and 3 minutes of water sippy. That feels like what it's going to end up being. Let's take this. And let's have a look. So I'm gonna start with main UI. Let's start with main UI. Let's read it from top to bottom actually. Top bar, left side, buttons for normal application stuff, file, output, autosave. Yeah, so there's this. So what I can do first is I can take this and I'll make my little top bar, and we can like move this stuff around and edit it and all that. So we have our like file button, right? I think I can actually type into the, yeah, I can. File. I don't know if I can change the size of the text. What happens if I... I might have to resize everything so that it fits with the text. Let's just do this. This. Bigger. Yeah, I want this to be even bigger. There we go. I want the top bar to take a certain amount of space off the top of the screen. There we go, file. We've got that there. And then we can also have, I'm gonna make it a little bit longer. Yep, I know. Grub just came in and said we've got to go soon, so. What else do we have? View, that's a good one. And then we also have over here, might even want to make this like a little smaller. little bit smaller. I'm just adjusting it. I don't want it to take up too much of the screen. One of the things that annoys me about OBS is that there's so much stuff on the screen and it takes up so much space. Okay. And I really don't want to waste any empty space either. So there's going to be file and view over here, and we will add more buttons to the top if we need them. Then over on this side, we'll have help. There we go. No, come on, help. Okay, hep. Yeah, that's what we want. We'll have help. I wonder if I can change the transparency of this. I don't think I can I? This is just going to be the way it is. I will make a big box here that is like, this is the, no, I'm not going to do that. We want a 16:9 screen in the middle, and I don't know exactly how to get that aspect ratio, but I think I'm going to just do that. Also, this song is bass as hell, by the way. Let's do something like that. We're going to have our screen in the middle, and it's going to touch the top as well. Well, not necessarily. Screen's going to be around this big, maybe a little bit smaller. Maybe like this. Okay. And then what we'll have, Evil Quakey be like, I explode you, Shaky. Evil Quakey is real. She is real. You gotta be careful not to summon her. This will be our main view in the middle, but it's going to be surrounded by a window view, which is going to be like, this is going to have all of the different, it's just going to be a view that lets you look into your screen and like move it around and zoom it in and out and stuff. This window is going to be in the middle there. We might even make it a bit thinner. We'll do something like that, something like that. It's going to be like a square in the middle of the screen. This is why I find it good to mock up as well the design before we go, because before we start making it, because I feel like there's like empty space here that I can fill with stuff, and it's possible that I can make it look a little bit cleaner. Say her name 3 times in the chat. No, don't do that. That's dangerous. Don't summon her. Then we'll have our left and right. So we have this one on the left. We have one of the same size. Whoops, the same size on the right. We can actually expand this a little bit. There we go. This a little bit bigger. Like 16:9-ish screen. Doesn't have to be perfect. The point of Excalibur is that it doesn't have to be perfect, but I'm going to make it as perfect as I can. Now, the actual corners in the app won't be rounded like this, at least not on, not in this way. They will be like straight. I'm going to do some actual UI design when I get into it. This is just merely a mock-up of what, like, where the buttons are going to be. So we got help, file, view. File will have exit in it. We can probably mock that up as well. But what I'm going to do here is let's have... This music is insane. I don't need this music right now. I need something more chill. Yeah. We can have text inside this. What's it going to be? We have list of stream objects, top, create stream object button, create folder button. Yeah. So we'll have create stream object. Let's make this a little bit wider and a little bit thinner. There we go. Then we'll also have create right next to it, or right below it actually. Depends, maybe it will be next to it. Create folder. I feel like this is taking up a lot of space because this is going to be like a lot. There's going to be a lot of stuff listed in here. So what we might be able to do is we can go plus for like stream object, and then we can go like plus folder or something. Or maybe we can even just put it inside of the plus. We can do something like that. I don't know, we'll see. Then we can also copy paste this and have it here for our tasks. I might even give this a name because we want new users to be able to figure out what we're actually doing here. So the name of this will be stream objects. Now I might call them something else in the actual application because I've really got to go soon. Sorry, I thought I heard the car outside that is picking us up, which would have been really bad. So I need to change my clothes before I go. And this will be like tasks, or I guess I'll just call it triggers or something, because triggers will have tasks inside of them. Or like, I don't know, functionality. Software development boss music. That would be fun. I like that. Now I know I said I'd put the other stuff up the top, but I might not. What I'm gonna do is actually put it inside of here in like its own bar up the top like this. And this is going to be called like C, or it's not going to be called anything. Maybe it will be. I don't know. Let's see. And there's going to be like inside of this bar. Oops.
Will you
Oh,
please
it's
make
gonna
the
be a
motor
little bit
say for
longer.
our Eastern listeners? Good evening, radio audience.
Oh yeah, this song's creepy.
And now for our Western listeners,
I'm
say
gonna take these
good afternoon,
down. This, I
radio
mean, this is
audience.
technically art. What I'm doing right now. And then
And now
inside
for our
of
Eastern listeners,
this,
say
there will
good
be.
evening, radio
What do we have on
audience.
this thing? Panned and zoomed.
Make the
Must
motor
never have
say
any
for
UI
our
elements.
Western listeners,
Resizable.
good afternoon, radio
Yeah, okay.
audience.
So we can have buttons for zooming it and stuff. Be like plus zoom. I'll just call this plus because I know what it means. It's like a plus with a magnifying glass, and then this will be like a minus with a magnifying glass. Maybe I can even expand them slightly, and then be like plus space space, and then minus space space, and then draw like a little magnifying glass in it like this. Yeah, that's cute. And then have that there, you know? And then we can have, oh, I don't know. What's on our thing here? Da 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 da. Scrollable, yep. We'll have snap to grid, snap to sides, that's right. So we'll have something here that's like snap to sides, which would probably look something like this, maybe. And then we'll have like a snap to grid as well, which would be like this. And I'm going to copy something from Unreal Engine real quick because it's super useful. Whoops. I'm going to copy is this little extra bit on the side. Move this over here. And it's going to be like a little arrow pointing down. This is what Unreal Engine does when they have these little buttons here. They have this little arrow pointing down, which means you can access the settings. Okay, unfortunately, I have to go right now. But I hope this has been interesting. I'll keep working on this as we go. I will also make sure to balance software development with the art stream so that we don't get completely swamped with just doing this stuff, but I hope it's been interesting, and I hope you've enjoyed the conversations we've had today. I'm going to... Let's have a look. Who's streaming right now? I was going to raid Onpico, but he seems to have stopped streaming for now. So I'm going to raid... have a good rest of your day. Thank you very much. I'm going to have a real quick look at who is streaming on Thunderfang, and then I'll... somebody else. Who's this? Black Mesa. Oh, that's pretty fun. Let's raid the Raichu. It's new. They're a new person. I haven't raided them before. Remember, the Raichu. Remember, when you raid them, make sure to do a Kobold raid. Make sure to show them your tail. Make sure to have a lot of fun. Enjoy. Say hi for me. And I'll see you next time. Have a good one. The Raichu. It is the Raichu. Good luck. GLHF. Good luck. Have fun. Bye. No, I'll do a sippy later. Bye.